My name is Henry. I was born and raised in Ecuador, raised Catholic. We didn't go to church that much. I used to go with my grandmother when I was little. She used to take me there in the mornings. It was actually something special that she always had to do, and she always did. I grew up around my grandmother, my mother's sisters. My dad left the country when I was 2 years old. He came to this country. A couple years later, I got to see him when I was 9, and that was like a process for me to say, yeah, I didn't know you that much, and now I get to see you again. It was challenging, not growing up with him coming and to see me just for a couple months and then coming back again here to support the family. It was rough, it was hard. Every month that he spent, we will get used to him being there at the house, and every time he goes back, and it was like, you get to go again, and here we go again. When I was 18 years old, he said, that's it, this is finishing. You guys, I'm asking you guys to come and live here with me, and we're gonna become family. It was a rough couple months because I was a teenager by myself. I was a teenager. My sister was little. My mom was always working, trying to support us. You know, we started bonding a little more. Then a couple things happened between me and him. We always bump heads because everybody says that we are alike, that we are just like each other. I think I wanted to break that chain with my kids, and Skyline has helped me a lot with that. I always told myself that I will be with my kids every step of their life and every little thing that they go through, starting when they were little, because I didn't have my father with me. I remember my wife, we actually grew up together across a block away from each other. When we were 8, 9 years old, we used to run around in the park. You know, she moved, she went somewhere else. I came to this country, we separated from each other. Years later, I added her on Facebook, sent her a message. I was alone and we started talking to each other, and we're here now. She gave me a big reason to live. She gave me my kids. She started coming to Skyline with my sister, and we used to argue a lot. Like, we used to argue for everything. I was very selfish. I was the type of person that I will look for excuses for anything. It was something she will say, and I will be like, then I'll get mad and be like, oh, no. I was trying to win. Always trying to be right, and always trying to put my needs first. I used to pray, but I never actually had a conversation with God until he started coming here. And it was different. It felt completely different than praying and actually having a conversation with God and saying, what am I doing wrong? How can I change? How can I be different? I think God was listening to my wife's prayers. She used to text me, and she was like, what are you doing? And I was, here with my friends at the field. I play soccer. I coach a soccer team. She was like, should I come? And I was like, no, just go home. I go home. I tell one of the guys that drop me off. That was just an excuse to be away from God, from my wife, from the kids. And now I find excuses just to be more close to the wife and to the kids. A week before my first, Sunday, that I woke up with my wife and said, let's go, I'm coming. It was a fight at the field. I remember clearly because it was the day we were celebrating my son Zelian's birthday. It was a fight. One of the guys from my team got punched. I almost got into a fight, and I remember that my son was there. He looked at me, he was like, I don't like to see you that way. I told myself, I was like, okay, I need to make it up to him somehow. They go into church. Our team got disqualified. They said that, hey, you guys are all done. So I didn't have another excuse to tell my wife. So I woke up that Sunday And I told my wife, I would look at her, I was like, I'm coming with you guys. Her eyes open wide. She was very happy. I told my son, Elian, I was like, I'm coming with you to church today. His smile was huge. I always say that God worked on me in stages, little by little. Little by little, he made me realize that my wife was important, my kids were important, and spending time with them was the best thing. I used to have fun, like I thought it was all very fun. Like, just go and party and be at the field and drinking and having barbecues and drinking with my friends. I was, wow, this is the best. It wasn't. God started touching me, and I told my wife, I was like, I'm coming again next week. I got to share with my sister, with my brother-in-law, seeing the people at the skyline, and it was like, wow, this is nice. Like, I like it. No wonder she was coming every weekend, because it's nice. So I told her, I was like, you know what? We're gonna come through the winter until the season starts again in the spring. It never stopped. Like I said, I don't need to. I don't feel the need to go play or be with the guys, because my heart is getting filled. You know, I started having issues with some of my friends. I was always, now that I think I was that guy that I was trying to always be mad and the guy, tough and macho. Like we call it in Spanish, machista. And the wife has to always just listen and obey. And now, after all the conversations and all the meetings that we had with Pastor Chris, one day I told him, I'm doing something wrong with my wife. She was always trying to be loving, and she was always trying to be nice. And I used to push her aside. Like, she was trying to kiss me. And okay. Now I'm like that. Now I go and try to give her a kiss. It gave me a better relationship with my kids. One thing my wife always says that fills me is, she always says, Jesús me dio un nuevo esposo. Jesus gave me a new husband, and I think he did. He changed me for the better, made me realize that why being a machista is gonna be good. Why thinking I need to be the tough guy is good when you don't need to. When you can give a hug to somebody and say, I'm here if you ever need me, but I'm gonna pray for you. The last stage, I think it was when my son was gonna get baptized. So I go to my wife, I was like, maybe I should get baptized with Elian. Like, maybe I should just surprise him. That's the best thing I can do for him. Just show him that I accepted Jesus with him, because of him, and because he has helped me a lot. He has helped me grow. He has helped me a better guy. John 3:16, it's the thing that I think it touches both of us, because I know he's the one who showed me that one. For God so loved the world that he gave his only son, that whoever believes in him should not be perished, but love eternal life. And the second one is 2 Corinthians 5:7. And that one is very special, because it was on Father's Day here at the Skyline that they give the little bracelets. And my son, when he saw this, he was like, yay, you love Jesus the way I do. We walk by faith, not by sight. I know I'm breaking chains, and I know I'm making changes in my life that my kids are following.